Hello, is this thing on? Hi. Happy Saturday. Hey friends. How's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. A lovely Saturday. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Hello. I just wanted to do a fun little casual stream moment where we just kind of chat. If we want to play some games, we'll play some games. If we don't, we don't. Let me have a sip of my water because I'm immediately thirsty for some reason. But welcome aboard. Welcome on in. I haven't really been the most active streamer in existence. I've managed to stream like twice a week at most in the last few weeks, and there's really no specific reason. Sometimes just the vibes aren't right, or I just don't feel like it. So I wanted to kind of change that a little bit, and I wanted to say hi, and we can kind of go from there. I recently got into working out. Well, I got back into working out. Nothing too wild, nothing too, I'm not going to the gym. I don't have a gym membership, anything of the sort. I'm literally just picking Ring Fit Adventure back up, not sponsored. Literally just picking that back up because I started sorting out my closet a little bit. So Ring Fit was an option that I had available to me because I could actually reach my hand into my closet and actually obtain items. It wasn't just a mess of things just randomly thrown on top of each other. So now that I have an easier access to my Ring Fit RingCon, that's what they call it, my RingCon, and my yoga mattress, I guess you could call it that, a little pad. I've been working out. I've worked out like 2 days back to back. I think my first day, yes, my first day back was yesterday, because I've been waking up like early for me, which is actually during the week it's been pretty early. It's been like from like 8:30 to like between that and 9:30, usually before 9 though. And so between waking up and lunch, I'm not doing anything. I'm like lazy. I'm just sitting down at my desk. I'm not getting anything done. I'm just literally like watching like YouTube videos or like, you know, scrolling through socials and stuff like that. So I figured I wasn't like doing anything. So yeah, over the past couple days I've booted up Ring Fit Adventure, and it's been lovely. It's been lovely because I basically have the difficulty cranked essentially all the way down. And so I've just been enjoying some like casual working out, just trying to be a little more active. That's like the main thing. I'm not doing it to like lose weight or to for like any particular purpose other than like I just want to be more active, and I just want to, you know, be more like flexible, stronger, just like a mixture of all of those things. Like, you know, going out and about and doing something shouldn't like tire me out as much as it does, and just generally wanting to be healthier, right? And physically, and I think it also helps you emotionally, right? Whenever you work out and whenever you're physically active, it kind of helps your mental health as well. So, and Ring Fit for some reason works for me because it's almost like having a personal trainer, but it's not really a personal trainer. But like as you're working out, it keeps saying things to you. Like it doesn't say it like super often. It's not annoying, but oftentimes it just reminds you like, hey, don't forget to drink water, or like stand up. Like when you do an exercise where you have to sit down, they're like stand up, but you know, but don't rush anything, like stuff like that. They just like throw in like very like helpful and just reassurance, like if you need to take a break, it's okay, and all that stuff. So reminding you to stay hydrated, and then as you're exercising, it just gives you little reminders, like, you know, don't forget to stretch your legs, or focus on the core, or you know, just like little things like that, where it just gives you little tidbits as you kind of do it. And it's also like fun because it's like it works for my brain, because I'm tricked into like I'm playing a game but I'm like working out, you know what I mean? But it's fun. I like it. It's not like I'm lifting weights. I'm not doing push-ups or like the boring sit-ups or anything like that. It's fun stuff. You get to use the Ring Fit, like the Ring Con, so you get to do some exercise. And even in the overworld, you're like running in place and you're like using the Ring Con to like, you know, open doors, or to like suck things, absorb things, I guess it's a better way to say it. And then like as you progress through the game, it's fun because you get to do little tidbits, like you row a boat by like pressing the Ring Fit against your abs and like rotating side to side, or you can open like treasure boxes by squatting a couple times, and it's fun. I find that it keeps me it kind of tricks my brain. There's enough stimulation happening on screen that I'm just kind of doing all this stuff and getting tired and sweating a bit, but it's not like I hate it, or you know, I resent it or anything. Also because you get to pick the exercises. Like the way that picking the exercises works is that you're basically in an RPG and you're selecting which abilities you want to take. So, and every exercise is labeled as like a specific type, whether it's like for your arms or for your legs or for your abs or for your there's, I think the 4 types, if I'm not mistaken, there's 4 types. It's like arms, abs, legs, and then it's like yoga stuff, so it's supposed to probably be for like your posture or flexibility, like things like that. And there's different levels where you can kind of get into it, and you like there's like little enemies that you find, like you fight like dumbbells and like yoga mattresses and just all these different, like they kind of they have these like villainous cartoony like gym, not appliances, but like I guess tools, accessories. I don't know what the right wording would be for that, but it's cute. And then like every enemy has like different, like, you know, the red enemies require you, it doesn't require you to use specific exercises, but like some stages are like, oh, it's recommended that you equip more like abs exercises because the enemies are going to be like yellow, so there's going to be almost like a Pokemon type advantage type of thing. You don't have to do it, but it's more efficient as like a game thing. And also it kind of motivates you to do, like if you do a couple levels in a day, like for example today I did a couple levels. One of them was recommended that I used more ab exercises, and the other was like leg exercises. So it almost in a way was like an abs and leg day sort of thing. But if I wanted, like the game also has things like smoothies and stuff like that where you can make it so that if you use like arms exercises, they can count as like ab exercises for the purposes of defeating the enemies that you're like fighting. So there are things you can kind of skirt around as far as like if you really want to do like only legs for that particular day, you can only equip leg exercises. And even if you use leg exercises against enemies that are like supposedly weak against other types, you can still use those abilities and it will still be fine. If anything, you'll probably have to do maybe an extra rep of anything, but it's really cool because as you progress through the game, you have like more and more like ability slots to put in like these different like working out exercises. So you get to pick which exercises you want to do, and it's cool because like in the beginning you get like maybe a handful of things. As you go through the game, you unlock more abilities, and obviously it's like harder exercises, excuse me. And so you would think that like, oh, the first couple exercises that I learn, I'm gonna stop doing them because they're not gonna be as strong against the enemies. But then they kind of bring that back as like, for example, like a simple squat exercise, right? And that's an ability that you would get early in the game, right? But then as you get later in the game, you get like squat level 2, which is basically the same squat exercise, but you probably do more reps of it. And also it counts more towards like defeating an enemy or whatever. So it's really cool. There's like a bunch of different accessibility things that I haven't really felt the need to use or haven't used myself. There's like a neighbor mode, which I assume maybe makes the, you know, jogging sequences so that you don't have to do like certain exercises that would potentially compromise, like, you know, neighbor sounds. Or there's others where like it focuses more on upper body or makes the game more lenient as far as like if you're doing an exercise and you're like trying your best, but for some reason, you know, it can make it so that the game is a little bit more lenient and it counts what you did as like a rep and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. I definitely would recommend it. I think the prices for that game went up severely, unfortunately, since 2020. For, you know, obvious reasons, but and it sucks because I do think that if that game was more accessible as far as like a price range, and it was more like if more people had access to it in stores and stuff like that, I feel like it's such a good, I feel like it's not talked about how much, like how good Ring Fit Adventure really is. Like as a game, it's like, yeah, it has like simple RPG mechanics and it's a simple enough game, but as an exercise tool, it's fun to have like a gamified version of like what would be like otherwise like a boring workout thing, or or even just watching like a workout DVD or a workout video on YouTube or anything like that. It's not the same, because it feels like you're more in control of the experience that you're consuming. And also it naturally brings in like if you're selecting what things you're equipping, you get to take a little break while you do it. You're just like selecting things in the menu, so it kind of, you're not like working out nonstop and stuff like that. And also the game is really good. I think I've been doing like roughly 30 minutes, including like times where I'm like sipping water, or like I'm like sitting down for a second or whatever. In-game time is probably like less than 20 minutes, but actual human time, I'm doing roughly 30 minutes. And it does a thing where like this could be a good time to take a break. Do you want to take a break? Do you want to like stop for the day or whatever? And I'm like, yes. So I'm excited to like slowly but surely increase like the difficulty and increase the amount of time that I spend in the game, because right now I'm doing like 30-ish minutes. I would love to get to like an hour at some point. That would be really cool, or even like a couple of hours, but like even an hour every other day wouldn't be terrible, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited to be a little more active in a little bit of a different way, because as much as I liked my walks with Mama Ruby like after dinner or whatever, there's only so many paths that we could take to make things like fresh. And walking only, I didn't feel like it was doing much for me. Like it was for my legs perhaps, but I felt like my entire upper body was still a little neglected. So I felt like I needed to actually do strength and like strengthen my muscles and stuff like that, which with Ring Fit I can really do more of. Because when you're very sedentary, whenever you're basically sitting on your at your desk or in your couch or like wherever you're doing, it's so important to do exercises that will actually strengthen you and keep your muscles from like deteriorating and stuff like that, because it can be really good to build strength in your body, so that you can keep eating whatever you want, and you can keep whatever, if you have a job that requires you to be sat for a long time, or if your actual lifestyle, you're not someone who likes to like get out of the house much, and you're not someone who can really like walk big distances, or doesn't want to do any of that, or doesn't feel like it, or whatever the case may be. I think doing little exercise, a little bit of exercise here and there can really help, both physically and emotionally, I feel. So that's been good, and I'm actually I've been very much like try not to control too much or change too much, as far as like, I need to eat healthy, or I need to do this and that. Like, I'm just trying to be more conscientious of like certain things. Like, okay, I worked out, I should probably eat like stuff that has a little bit of protein and stuff like that, so I can get more energy, or just like little things like that. Like trying to be more aware of like things that would probably be good to eat like before and or after working out, just for the sake of like making sure that whatever work I'm putting into my body physically, I can also have like food that helps fuel that, rather than me like getting like super exhausted and tired, and then like eating a lunch that may not have much protein or whatever, so that then like I'm not really building, the muscle building of it all isn't really going like hand in hand with that, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm definitely not becoming like a gym person or a, you know, health and fitness lifestyle like type of person. That's definitely not not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. I do think that sometimes the fitness industry can have like very particular ways in which they like they cater to a lot of like insecurities that people may have, or like feeding into societal body standards and stuff like that, and being like, oh, you know, your summer body or your whatever, and it's like your summer body is your body, like you know what I mean, like whatever, your body is beautiful no matter literally anything. So it's just how you treat it, right? Like for me, I don't really plan on having any restrictions as far as like diet, because I first of all, I think it's bullshit. Like I have a neighbor that was like raving about like in term, how do you say like that, is that thing that you intermittent, is that how you say that? Intermittent fasting, and how like she lost all this weight and all that stuff, but then I think she's kind of over it, or you know, she's tired of maintaining that, so she's like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna. She was like having this conversation with my mom, and I was there also, but like she was having this whole conversation of like how to maintain it. And that's the thing about these like different fads and like diets and all this stuff, it's like they're not like long-term solutions to anything. They're just like, oh yeah, you're losing a bunch of weight, and like, ooh, it's a thing that works, but like honestly, sometimes you just really, first of all, you need to be eating stuff that you want to be eating, because it doesn't make any sense for you to like that's what I think anyway. Like, of course, like there's certain things that, like, you know, maybe if you're allergic to certain things, you should avoid them, or maybe if you have particular health issues, maybe certain foods aren't good for you in that regard, like, or maybe you should avoid certain things or should eat less of certain things. But the way that I always think of food is like, what can I add to what I already enjoy, right? Rather than being like, oh, I need to restrict this, I can't eat this and that. Like, no, I want to, you know, and that's another reason why I want to work out more and stuff like that, is because honestly, it just improves my appetite as well. I just eat like more, and I just feel more like, you know, I get hungrier, and I also am like, ooh, I get to eat more delicious stuff. And I just try to, nowadays what I'm trying to do is trying to seek a little bit more variety, and trying to look, you know, trying to picture like the food wheel, or whatever you would call it, like the nutritional stuff of like, okay, I need to eat something that has fiber, I need to eat something that, you know, I just think of like things that I can add to my day-to-day life, rather than being like, oh, I can't eat much of this, I can't eat much of that, and stuff like that, because all of that stuff just doesn't work. When you restrict yourself too much, that may work for you for a while, but then it gets to a point where you're really gonna crave something, and you're gonna want to eat it so badly, and you're just gonna like eat too much of it, and you know what I mean, and it's gonna basically undo, quote unquote, all of the work that you did. So it's not worth it to just like jump into a whole thing. And for me, like, counting calories, absolutely not gonna happen. Honestly, there's a lot of things that take place within like the fitness, like the health and fitness side of things, that are like, a lot of it really does borderline promote like eating disorders, like genuinely. When I see like men, when I happen to run across men online that are like, it's bulking season, I can only eat this and that, and it's like, or only eating like chicken, or only eating chicken breasts, or only doing this and that, or like, oh, I can't do this, that. It's like a lot of it is like, mama, that's like borderline. Like if a woman was doing that, if a girly was doing that, she would have like all the labels of like eating disorder, and it would be correct. But for some reason, when men have all these different things that they associate and they label as like health and fitness, suddenly it's not like eating disorder because a man is promoting that, even though it's so silly, because especially I feel like in the gay community specifically, I think the queer community, like LGBT, if you include all the letters like LGBTQIA plus, I don't think that community is like shallow or anything, but I think the gay community specifically, like cis men who only like men, and they're maybe within their like, early adulthood, like, 18, 19, early 20s, up until like maybe early 30s. There's like a lot of, and maybe even beyond that a little bit, to be honest, but there's a lot of like, people's whole identities being skinny, or thinking that they're superior to everyone else because they're skinnier, or there was even that whole thing, and rightfully so, with like Troye Sivan's new video. And even though people can appreciate how much like overtly queer it is, and like, oh my god, representation, awesome, but then it's also like he's only really representing a very specific part of the community, which is the twink community, which, like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's plenty of representation for that already, and that's all, there's already plenty of glorification of skinny, especially skinny white dudes. So it's unfortunate, because I do think that it's good to have representation. I think it's good that artists are being more bold as far as like showing their sexuality in like music videos and stuff like that. But I also think it needs to be beyond that. I think we need to be at a point where we're not just showing like one teeny tiny subset of the community. And it just sucks, because I think recently I saw something, and I don't know how to pinpoint exactly like who said it and who started this conversation, but I saw like a tiny little bit of it on Twitter, and I get it completely, because someone mentioned that with the like there's a little bit of a 2000s renaissance kind of thing. Like everyone is into like 2000s fashion and 2000s aesthetic and 2000s franchises making a comeback and all that stuff. And with that, I think there's also like a little bit of a rehashing of a lot of the problematic 2000s like body shaming and like lack of inclusivity for fat bodies, or anyone who isn't like, I just think the person who tweeted this was way more what's the word, eloquent, or they had a better way of explaining it, I suppose, than I am, like right off, off the cuff, in a little streamiana situation. But it's very unfortunate, because a lot of the 2000s fashion also wasn't very inclusive for people of all body types, because a lot of it was catered to like being skinny, and like the amount of people in like the amount of celebrities that were attacked so much, and they were like, oh, she's they were body shamed so hard, and we were led to believe that they were just like the nastiest human beings in the world because they were quote unquote fat. And we look at them now and we're like, oh, that's fucked up actually. Because first of all, why did everyone feel comfortable to body shame this person? And also it's like, it just completely warped people's perceptions of like what was skinny and what was fat and all of that stuff, and a lot of the fat phobic rhetoric. I feel like that we kind of are still, we're not even recovering from it nowadays. I feel like we're barely making a dent on how much damage I feel the 2000s have like done, like I mean, even one of my favorite movies like Mean Girls, like one of the big plot points was like, or one of the ways that Lindsay's character got revenge for Regina George being an asshole was the fact that like, oh, I can make her gain weight, like I'm like one of the things that's supposed to be funny and like she got back at her was like giving her like these protein bars or whatever that made her gain weight. And it's like, oh wow, as if that was like the worst thing that could possibly happen, was like her gaining like a few pounds, you know what I mean? And I love that movie, but we can also like something and be critical of it, right? Like it's not that difficult to do that. And I'm not sitting here like, oh, Mean Girls needs to nobody should watch Mean Girls anymore. Like, no, it's a fun movie. It's a lovely movie, in fact, but a lot of amazing talent on it and all that stuff. But there's also a lot of stuff that we can acknowledge that wasn't okay and wasn't fun about the 2000s, as much as it can be so nostalgic for so many of us. And I think also like I think for a bit celebrities, and you can kind of see this with like the Kardashians, I feel like they're the epitome of like what's in and what's popular and what's trendy and whatever. And once all of them or most of them got rid of their BBLs, or a lot of them went back to a more like stripped and like skinny aesthetic, you could tell that things were turning into like, okay, now it's gonna be popular again to just like, now it's cool to be skinny, and to just like, for a while I think everyone wanted to be thick, everyone wanted to have body and have ass and tits and all that. And now it's like, all the girlies, all the plastic Surgina girlies are like getting the tits out, they're getting the asses out, they're losing a shit ton of weight, the Ozempic trend of it all. Like, it's just that it's not a cool direction to go into, it's like, because we've literally already done that before. Like, it was literally a thing where like a lot of popular models were known for, and I hate to say like having a real body or whatever, but like they were very conventionally attractive people, yes, but there came a point in the late 90s or early, somewhere in the 90s, where people were starting to hire like very, very skinny models, and they were like, it was like they said something like the crackhead thin, something like that, was like popular. People kind of popularized that saying. I think that's how you say it, or like I think that's the saying. So it can be very damaging, I think, to kind of bring all of that back and all of the baggage that comes with that, right? Because it wasn't just like, oh, haha, skinny legend. Like it's not. It's really not just that. It's really not just that. There's a whole other like thing. Like there's a bunch that comes with it. Like the idea of like, skinny being in, and which is so weird also, like the idea that body types also are part of like what trends are. Like that's weird. Like it's weird. It's just weird. It's weird, the idea of like your body type isn't popular anymore. It's like, okay, like what am I, like as a, you know, regular person, like what am I supposed to do with my body? Like, and then, you know, that a lot of times that's how eating disorders kind of develop, and that's how a lot of body dysmorphia, body, you know, insecurities come from, because it's like whenever you feel like your body isn't what is popular or isn't what is being promoted as like what's, you know, attractive or what's cool and all this stuff, and you see all these celebrities looking a certain way, it starts to kind of do a number on you. And you know, you see a celebrity wearing an outfit, and then you want, you know, a similar thing, and then you wear that and you're like, oh, it doesn't look that way on me, I must be disgusting, I must be, you know, this must be not for me, I must not wear this, and I must not do this and that, and it starts to kind of eat at you. So it can be very tricky, especially in like the influencer era of, and the Ozempic of it all, of like people wanting to be snatched and wanting to be like skinny and wanting to do all these things, and then all of these celebrities being praised for just like looking good, right? Or just like, oh, people being like, oh, mother, oh, she's mothering, oh, she's so cunty, and it's like, that's just it's just a skinny woman wearing an outfit that, you know, a lot of people wear on, you know, a day-to-day basis, but because it's her and because, you know, she's skinny and because she looks that way, then all of a sudden she's slaying so much harder than anyone else that walks on earth. You know, it's just it's a lot to unpack, and I feel like as a society we're all guilty to a certain degree of this, because as a society there's a lot of these things that, you know, as I'm talking about that, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I'm kind of putting this stuff together as I'm walking, because none of this was like planned. None of this was premeditated. So a lot of it is me just being like, oh shit, that's, yeah, it is kind of interconnected in that way if I think about it, and all that stuff. So yeah. It's very interesting. I don't know how, you know, me casually mentioning that I've been working out. I worked out 2 times this week for like maybe less than 30 minutes each time, and all of a sudden I'm having a whole conversation, a whole rant really, about, you know, body positivity, and just not even body positivity, but just like, you know, a lot of related topics, I suppose. Not me getting into my microphone's personal space. Not that. As I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a plan today. I didn't really come to the stream with like, I knew I wanted to stream, but I didn't come into the stream with the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna do this thing, I'm gonna do that thing, like, or even what I was gonna talk about. I just really wanted to stream and say hi, and hang out for a little bit, you know, because I was also thinking to myself like, girl, what am I gonna do? Because for some reason I don't have any, I haven't been feeling motivated or like inspired or anything, because like, I don't know, like I played Shining Force 1 and 2 and I was like, oh, it could be fun to make a video about it, and then that was kind of it. I was like, I never really felt an urge to really get into it and make a video about either of the games or both of the games or whatever. It just kind of died there, and it's fun. It's fine, because it's just a couple games that I played on my own time, and I don't really need to make a, like, you know, not everything that I do needs to be content necessarily. But yeah, lately I just haven't been feeling very like inspired or like motivated or anything. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been a lot of this week has been just like me waking up and just kind of not doing anything. I just kind of exist for the day. I just kind of, scroll through socials. Like I scroll through, I open Twitter, I scroll through it, I close Twitter, I open Instagram. I scroll a little bit and then I open TikTok. I do the same. And then YouTube, and then I do the same. And then Twitch, and I do the same. And then maybe I circle back to Twitter, and then, the cycle keeps on going. And then, or like I put on a podcast and continue that cycle. Haven't been playing anything. I haven't really been watching too many things. Like I've been keeping up with Drag Race, which this season is such a drag, and not in a fun way. Like this past episode, as much as it's good to see everyone kind of be back, it just felt like, oh god, like it's like, oh, we got the top 2, and then it's like, oh, just kidding, we're not doing the finale, we're doing like a talent show for everyone who's been eliminated, because we have a thing called the Fame Games this time, where people can vote for their favorite eliminated person. And don't get me wrong, seeing Lalaurie in my screen and James Mansfield on my screen again was wonderful, and Jessica Wilde also lovely. However, I think I'm just ready for the season to end. I think I'm just ready. You know what also would be fun? Like, instead of this, like, give me a reunion, or give me the finale, or, give me the finale and then maybe the reunion. That's a fun way of seeing, like, everyone back, But no, we couldn't do that. We had to do a talent show. And it's also, like, weird. It's weird timing to do a talent show at the end of the season. Like, it worked for... And even then, I was gonna say it worked for all winners. But I like the talent show being at the very beginning of the season. Because it's like, oh, look, they're back. And then the talent show can kind of remind you of how amazing everyone is, like for an all-star and even a non-all-star season, but especially an all-star season. It's a good way of being like, oh, that queen is known for being funny. Oh, she was funny in her talent show, rather than like dragging it out till the end of the season. And then I don't know, the timing just felt so off. This season of Drag Race, I really enjoy the cast. Like, that's the thing. Like, the cast was fun. The cast was the best part of it. It's just everything else that came with this season just hasn't been it. Hi, Katya. Welcome on in. You're not late at all. Don't worry about it. You're just in time. How's it going? How's your day going? I know you're a couple hours ahead, so I hope you had a lovely day, because you're like early evening. But yeah, I was just talking about like what I've been watching and all that stuff. So I've been watching the new season of Drag Race All Stars. I hope the next episode is the finale and it's over finally. Like I enjoy the cast, and that's about it. I've been watching 17 in the Soup, and that's how I'm deep into the K-pop group 17 because I'm fully watching them just existing in the woods and all of the things that they get up to, and it's so lovely. It's so lovely. And I know it's kind of a weird thing, because it's like it's supposed to be almost like a vacation-y type of thing, and they're like, oh, this is so relaxing and whatever, but they're still like mic'd up, they're still on camera, and it's still like a whole thing. And I'm like, well, I guess if they had to be at work, I'm glad that at least it's relaxing work, even though, like, give them proper vacations. You know, I think sometimes these shows are supposed to be like to appease the fans of, like, they did a variety show where they spent like 2 weeks, you know, in a resort or whatever, but it's like it's not even 2 weeks. It's like typically it's like maybe 3 days at most, and it's supposed to be like, oh, look at them relaxing, look at them, like, but it's like, no, they're at work. This is technically part of their schedule for that, you know, for their year or whatever. So it's like, I take it with a grain of salt, because it's like, well, they're not really relaxing, but, you know, if at least it's not like, you know, at least they're not doing dance rehearsals for 10 hours, you know. Oh, you went on you went on a walk today? Had a good day today? That's good. That's good. I worked out earlier as well. Today was mostly legs and abs. So a little tiring. I feel like I'm still not fully recovered energy-wise. It's weird because it was like before lunch, so it's like I was tired. And then having lunch, I feel like naturally makes you a little like sleepy. So like afterwards, I was just like the lowest possible energy. But I've read that if you eat like a banana or something right before working out, it can be good so that you don't lose as much like energy, because you're going to be sweating a lot and all that stuff. And I think it helps you not lose a lot of electrolytes or something like that. It's like a whole thing, or it helps you not lose as much energy. It's something like that. Yeah, I've only really been watching that. I've been watching I've been watching the I've Had It podcast. Every once in a while, like, you know, I've fallen in love with that podcast. So every once in a while that I open YouTube, I see a couple recommended videos about that. So I'm like, oh, I'll watch a couple. I'll watch a clip here and there, and that's always nice and lovely. But yeah, I haven't really been up to too much, and I think I just need to add stuff to my day-to-day basis. I just need to force things into my like routine, you know, like I need to, you know, the same way that I did with working out. I was like, oh, I'm so bored, I'm not doing anything. Like I woke up earlier, but I was basically doing what I would do normally whenever I used to stay up late, like, which was just like, you know, mindlessly scrolling through socials and watching YouTube videos and watching Twitch streams, and I was like, I'm basically doing the same, but it's like daytime. So I needed to find something else to do. So I, you know, added, you know, a little bit of a working out moment. And I feel like I just need to add more stuff to my day-to-day basis. If I'm not like, you know, if I'm not going to be streaming or anything, I just need to be adding things to make my days more interesting, kind of like getting into different hobbies even, you know, because that can even be interesting as far as like, you know, me having stuff to talk about, but also just like me occupying myself with other things and allowing my brain to like not constantly be on like content creator / streamer mode, right? The best way to regain energy is to eat. Yeah, it definitely, and it's also not just eating, it's also like you have to pick the right things, right? Because there's some things that you can eat, but they're gonna make you tired. Because, you know, there's certain foods that just make you tired because they're harder to digest and stuff like that. So it has to be like a balance between like stuff that won't make you too tired and stuff that will replenish you and will, you know, help build muscle and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, definitely don't want to get burnt out. Definitely not. I don't think it's burnout. I think it could be like an accumulated burnout from like my streaming days on Twitch, that like maybe I just need like a really long break from like content creation. But I just think like whenever I don't, like if I'm not streaming and I'm not doing that, like I realize like if I take 2 weeks, if I take 3 weeks, well, however long it is, I just don't find myself doing much of anything. Like I just find myself just like existing, just sitting here and doing nothing, like not even a fun hobby. So I think it's just the thing that I literally just have to force myself to be like, I should do something with my time. Let me, you know, pick a series to watch, and maybe if I hate after watching a couple episodes, I'll pick something else to watch, or, you know, maybe a book, or maybe like literally anything, any hobby. Because yeah, if you really only focus your attention on one thing or another, it's not really fun in the, you know, in a long term type of thing. I'm not even playing any games on my own time. After I was done with Shining Force 1 and 2, I still haven't picked up anything, so I need to pick up a game. Although I know that gaming isn't like the end all, like it's not the only hobby that one can have. But I think it could be good for me to have like a game that I'm just like playing on my own, and I just do that. Or like, you know, I you know, not that I focus on that for a little bit, but I just enjoy that. I let myself enjoy that. Also, I kind of want to check if I'm supposed to have closed captions, so I hope that they're working. They're not really popping up for me, which is a bit concerning. I'm like watching my stream back and I don't see the closed captions, so that's not fun. Maybe it works for literally anyone else. Maybe if, you know, they're not me watching my own stream, maybe someone else will maybe other people can see the closed captions, hopefully. I made sure to turn it on, but you know, I don't know. But yeah, what are you up to? What are you up to, Katya? Why do the hashtags say LGBT? That because I'm a part of the LGBT community. It stands for LGBTQIA+. But there's only so many hashtags that you can do and all of that stuff. But LGBT, it's the LGBTQIA+ community. So it's lesbian, gay, trans, bi, anything in the queer community. That's basically what that hashtag is for, to kind of signify that I'm a part of the community. I haven't really done a proper, I feel like I've casually talked about myself, but I don't think I've ever done like not really a coming out video, or like me talking about my identity as far as like gender or anything like that. But I am non-binary, which means that I don't identify as like a man or a woman. I'm just like a person. I'm a human being. I don't really identify fully with any gender, I guess, in a way. But at the same time, I kind of identify with a mixture of both. So that's how my gender identity kind of exists in that sense. And as far as my sexuality, I would say that I think the name for it was polysexual. I usually just say gay or queer. But basically what that would mean realistically is like, you know, non-binary people and male and men, I guess. And I was gonna say male people, but non, you know, probably some not, like it would depend on the person. But that would probably be how I identify as far as that. Not that, you know, you were asking that, but I just wanted to kind of state that. since you did ask about the LGBT tag and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope that that clarified a bit. Speaking of not burning out and taking breaks and stuff like that, I am gonna step out for just a second. I've been streaming for an hour already, so I am gonna take like a quick little break. Maybe I'll grab a snack or something. I definitely need to fill up my water a bit, and I'm probably gonna think of what I'm gonna do when I come back. So I don't know if I'm gonna be playing a game. I don't know what else I'm gonna be doing today, but I'm gonna take a little break, a short break. And when I return, I'll figure out what I want to do after the break. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Stay tuned. And also, you know, if you need to take a break, go grab a snack, go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, take your meds if you haven't yet, or anything like that. Yeah, make sure to do that while I'm on my break, and I'll be right back. So I'll see you soon. Welcome back. I was eating some melon and watermelon slices, so I'm gonna keep enjoying that if y'all want some. Very good. I was thinking we could potentially play a little bit more A Long Journey to an Uncertain End, because that game is lovely. And I kind of want to see if I can beat it. So that would be fun. So I think I'm going to do that. I am going to boot that up. I am going to probably need to edit my stream information. So that, you know, so that it says I'm playing video games. Did anyone else go and grab a snack or a drink or something? If so, definitely let me know what you got. I am just doing some back end things right now. Just changing my stream information so that it's so that it's more accurate to what I'm actually doing. I also have keys for this game that I've just mentioned, and I got a bot that I used to use on YouTube. Excuse me, I used to use this bot on Twitch, and it should work here on YouTube also. Which should let me have a system in place for whatchamacallit, for giveaways. So I think that should work. Let me test it. You watch everything on YouTube? Oh my god. There's no Twitch? What do you mean? Like you just don't watch anything there? Or is it not available where you live? Okay, I'm gonna try this. What should I? I'll do exclamation point. Enter. That should work. Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god, how exciting. So I am doing a giveaway for A Long Journey to an Uncertain End. It's a Steam key. And yeah, we already had a winner last time, but they never contacted me about a way for me to reach out to them and give them the game keys. So if I see them again today, I will I'll try to see if we can get the key. I'm gonna try to see if I can give that away. But yeah. We're back in A Long Journey to an Uncertain End. Thank you so much to Crispy Creative for the game key for us to cover this game, for the giveaway keys as well. I have 3 total keys to give away, so if you would like to win one of the keys or be entered to win one of the keys, then do !enter in the chat, and you will be joined in the giveaway, and you will have a chance at winning the game key. So A Long Journey to an Uncertain End is a space opera story situation where you're running away from an abusive relationship, and you recruit people along the way to help you in your journey. You visit all these different planets and you help out people. You do these different like jobs and all of that stuff. So you have to like manage the resources. You have to manage, you know, the time that it will take for your ex to capture you. There's a bunch going on. It has like visual novel elements to it as well. So it's a very interesting game for sure. So we kind of did a whole round last time of like we made it to like a key story point, and then we kind of wrapped things up for that stream. So today we're hopefully not get captured by our ex. I really do want to see how far I can make it until like getting caught. So I really want to see how far I can make it in this game. So we're gonna go to the planet Big Alicus, where apparently there's a lot of acid storms constantly moving across the factory laden surface. A hard place populated by even harder people. So there's a market there, there's a trading post, and more importantly, it will only take us 4 fuel points to get there. So we are going. Your crew takes a moment to mop the sweat off their brows and breathe a collective sigh, a deep exhalation after what felt like hours of holding their breath. We just made it through like security basically. Like we want to get to like a particular planet that I don't remember the name of it, but we want to get to a particular planet, and we had to like get through security and all that stuff. So we're basically through. So that's good. You've never felt relief like this before. Instead of a cool breeze, it's like lava running through your alloy veins. Is this what adrenaline feels like? We earned this moment. You did. So take your time, enjoy it. Because from here on out, things with Grimace... Oh yeah, Grimace is our abusive ex, by the way. That's the name that we gave it. Or we gave them, excuse me. Things with Grimace are really going to get nasty. We just have to keep moving. If we keep our eyes forward and push ahead, we just might make it. Move fast and stay on my side. That's my motto. Well said. I'm all for raising hell, but I don't think it's in our best interest yet. Spoken like someone anticipating a change to that scenario. True. There's gonna be more eyes on us than ever out here. Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. But remember, we've got more than just ourselves. The dreamers. I'm putting my faith in them. My hope is you're right. I feel like their voices are very quiet. I'm gonna try to get that higher a little bit. My hope is you're right. We just have to make it to the core. No one speaks after that. That's where we want to get to, by the way. That's the core. That's what I forgot. No one speaks after that. All eyes are toward the cosmos ahead, taking it in. We're slowly but surely making it to the core, but we do have to make a few pit stops along the way. We are slowly but surely also earning some hours, some very precious hours that we need to be as far away from our ex as we can. The corrosive atmosphere of this planet rips at my hull as I come into land, and I could swear I see flakes of paint get shredded away into dust. I don't like the idea of sending the crew out into such volatile conditions, but they insist it must be done. I'm surprised humans still choose to live here. Their endurance never ceases to amaze me. Alrighty, so we have a few things that we could do. Learn the skills you need to protect yourself and the wisdom of the fists of Snake Way. This is supposed to give us some hearts, and Isla definitely needs some. So she's gonna spend like an... Can I do multiple? They say you may want to sign Truly here, but Isla does need the hearts. Okay, fine. We'll do Truly. We'll do Truly for an hour. We definitely need resources, so we need to be getting some resources. We can get a new crew member. Oh, that's wonderful. Time needed is 3 hours though. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we can get a very good percentage here. So we're sending Matthias here. That's gonna take a while too. We definitely can't take too long. We're gonna send Denny here. That's also about the same time. Who else? We definitely need this, so Isla can go here. And this is a little less time, so that will all be good. Okay. Perfect. Truly got some hearts here. Hold on. I wonder if I can send... We have like almost 2 hours left for anything else. Oh, but Truly is supposed to be really bad at this, so we can't do that. What else could we do as Truly then? I don't think we can do much of anything else, so I think Truly is going to take the rest of the time off. So what's up here? Zeke said, hiya, looking for some world-class grub at low prices? Come on down to the Lunch Hut. The Lunch Hut turns out to be a tiny 4-seater food stall in the docking bay commissary? I don't know how to say that. Despite being the only vendor in the place, the dock workers all sit eating packed lunches, eyeing the little stall with suspicion. Customers. I remember how to interact with customers. Yup, I sure do. Well, you've certainly convinced me. What with that being such a normal thing to say. Matthias breathes deeply. The air is thick with aromas of cooking, mingling spices, sautéing vegetables, and grilling meat. Big blobs of fat drip into the flames and sizzle. His eye moves to the menu. It's composed of an impressive variety of dishes from across the verse. Not your average docking bay lunchroom fare. His mouth waters. What is that heavenly smell? My lunch. I haven't had any orders yet today, so orders. Knew I was forgetting something. So, what are you having? Oh. Bibimbap karo. Wait, bibim. Is this a real word or is this like a space word? Cause I know bibimbap, but I don't know bibimbap pakora. Never thought I'd see bibimbap pakora on the menu at a docking bay commissary. Sign me up. Big Al? Is that an L or an I? I think it's an L. Big Al's the name. I'm the head bouncer over at Atmosphere. Never heard of it? You're just who I'm looking for. Let's go somewhere private. Atmosphere, the ritziest, breathe easy this side of the city. Behind its doors, the soot and smog of the city gives way to glamorous excess. Big Al ushers Danny past the leather booths and dazed patrons. They enter his small office and he closes the door. Something's rotten in the atmosphere. I can smell it. Smells like dirty dealings and yesterday's CO2. Oxygen is going missing. Patrons have been leaving stumbling, sick. Something's up, and the boss Teddy knows something. Ooh, let's sneak into his office. Why not head right to the source, his office? Probably when he's not in it and doesn't know we're there. I knew you'd make a good partner in crime. Please. Me, I'm just an old woman looking for someone to help her build a greenhouse. I just want to see real vegetables before I die. Oh, Shelby. Shelby shows Isla her mostly complete greenhouse, stopping to point out tasks that remain. Tender green starts poke out of pots along the walls. Her gas mask, small and embroidered with flowers, hangs by the door. Kept telling myself that someday I would go off-world, see real vegetables with my own eyes. My mama came from New Vannern. Always said synthetics never tasted the same. Time got away from me, but every chance I could, I'd buy seeds from the traveling merchants. And well, at my age, it's now or never. Lots to do, so how do you want to pitch in? Supercharge the filtration system. Okay. On this planet, the most important thing is a good filtration system. I'll see to that. We're just like so helpful and so good. Yes. I do want to pass the time. The bibimbapakora came out sizzling. With one poke of the chopstick, the egg yolk burst. It coated the fried onions with a seductive hiss. Oh, that sounds lovely. The next 10 minutes are a blur as Matthias devours the bowl in one ravenous inhalation. But after, Matthias takes his time digesting, and the cook Zeke talks and talks and talks. So that's the long and the short of it. Scammed into a bad contract, stuck in this commissary. She trails off with a defeated sigh. The "what's a talented down on her luck cook to do" goes unspoken. Your skills are wasted here. I think I can help. I can rough him up. Let me go talk to him. Gently, but not too gently. Are you saying you're gonna threaten him? That is what I'm saying, yeah. Gosh, I never thought it would come to this, but please, anything to get me out of here. Alrighty. I knew you'd make a good partner in crime. Big Al leads Danny up to the highest floor, careful to avoid cameras and other employees. The top floor consists of nothing but one office with a large reception area up front. A secretary, Armand, mans the front desk. So, how do we get in? Steal the secretary's key. You distract him. I'll steal his key. Big Al nods and heads over to the desk. Hey Armand, you see the Arrow Ball game last night? Unbelievable. I thought we had him for sure. Big Al skillfully rests against the right side of the desk, so Armand has to turn his chair away from the key hanger in order to chat. Danny quickly and quietly seizes the opportunity. Perfect. The upgraded filtration system comes together like flowers and bees. Wait, bees? Is that buzzing? What's that buzz? Ah, bees! Bees everywhere! Huh, they must be attracted to the filtered air. I think I see the hive. We've got to get out of here or those bees will overwhelm my sprouts. Pick it up and run. Okay, on 3. 3, 2, wait, Shelby. You might want to close your eyes in case this doesn't go so well for me. 3, 2, 1. Was it a fail? Let's call in a favor here. There you go. I think I can see the garden beds underneath the piles of trowels, the soil bags, the torn rodent netting, and that wheelbarrow. Perfect. We got a new lead. Alrighty. We have a couple more things in progress, and then after that we should be good to go. Alright. Let's get Zeke out of here. These small-time crooks, they're all talk and they fold at the first sign of resistance. Matthias didn't have to break a sweat, just cracked his knuckles and let his eyes do the rest. Satisfied with the job well done, Matthias bids Zeke goodbye and returns to their quarters. Sometime later, Matthias heads to the galley in search of a snack. Is this all the yak butter you have? My churro souffle is in serious danger of drying out. I distinctly remember saying goodbye to you back at the docking bay. As in, farewell forever. As in, why are you here? Oh yeah, well, I have a teensy confession to make. Before you came to the stall, I did some light espionage. I had to see if you were trustworthy. I followed you, and that's how I overheard about your ship. Ruby. Right, since you did check out, and I'm in need of a new job, you might not believe it, but I've actually got a keen eye for business. I'm just not the best self-advocate. That's why I need a partner. I won't let you down. Plus, I can cook 3 solid meals a day and dessert. You're hired. Zeke is our new crew member. Upbeat and kind, Zeke likes to keep multiple plates spinning with her extra set of bionic arms. As a successful chef, Zeke has the business skill. Ooh. Fun. We'd be happy to have you. Welcome abroad. Really? I mean, I knew you'd say that. I won't let you down. Yay, a new friend. Accept. And now we have one last thing. Well, we could do this last job. It is 2 hours and we only have 14 hours left. I don't think we're going to take this one. I think we're just going to leave after this one. Teddy's correspondence is mostly dull quarterly evenings. Teddy's correspondence is mostly dull. Quarterly earnings, reports, meeting invites, sports newsletters, unreplied messages from grandma, but then a new message pops up. The latest in a long, very heated exchange. A lover. I mean, it's fun to read, but does it help us? I doubt it. Probably not. Best to keep looking. We'll see, I suppose. Did we flop? Looks like Teddy's been tinkering with the oxygen levels, but why? Born to learn here, but thanks to you, I know what I'm looking for. Let's accept these results. We needed the resources, that's for damn sure. Okay, now that we have like 14 hours, I do think we should take off. Because I want to have a little bit more time away. If we can. So let's go to Scorthia, a former military planet during the Great Ship Rebellion. Now it melts down crashed ships for scrap. Let's go. Incoming transmission from Starlight, Captain. Starlight appears, a satisfied smile playing across their lips. That was a hell of a fight. I'm glad to see you made it through. This has to be brief, but now that you've proven your survival skills, we feel it's time to share our plan with you. We're developing a piece of software we call Liberation. With Liberation, the days of painful, invasive, manual unclamping procedures will be a thing of the past. You wince, remembering your own. You can still feel the device being wrenched from your circuits. When installed on sentient AI, Liberation not only unclamps that AI, but prevents clamping entirely. And it can be installed remotely. So we'll all be free? Starlight nods. This is it. This is what you're a part of. I always wanted to be part of something great. I can think of no more worthy cause. I'm humbled to be part of it. I know the feeling well, to surrender our individuality to be part of a greater movement. When we do the dirty work of history, we may stain our hands, but we never need wonder if the toil was worthwhile. We're still finalizing Liberation's distribution plan, but in the meantime, we need your help. You're in the vicinity of a planet called Scorthia. One of our allies is there, a woman named Kamaria. She needs backup. We're looking for an old data drive from the Minutes of Hours, a high security government agency. I won't sugarcoat it. It's a dangerous job, but you're our best hope, and I know you can do it. The hologram winks out, once again replaced by a crescent moon surrounded by 3 stars. Starlight really puts a lot of trust in you. It's certainly a good way to earn my trust. Maybe they're taking a leap of faith in me, but that just makes me want to leap right back to them. Truly nods firmly. I've had my fair share. Can I read? I don't think I can read. I've had my fair share of trivial relationships with people. Okay, maybe more than my fair share. But the real ones, that's how it has to start. With that, Truly hops up and heads back to their quarters, whistling as they go. Why is this? I guess we're kind of low on that. Can we not accept? Blanketing your sensors, a rogue solar wave renders all but visuals useless. A moment later, the wave passes as quickly as it came. Stop and smell the solar wind. Okay, we got some hearts. That's good. There I was. During the evening meal, Matthias began yet another retelling of his performance at the floating opulent theater. The rest of the crew began reciting the story back, beat by beat, taking turns around the table until he noticed. At the story's climax, Corgi interjected by mimicking Matthias's signature pose. Everyone erupted in raucous applause, Matthias included. Cute. Everyone's getting along so well. Oh, we need resources real bad. We made it to Scorthia. Scorthia's history is Storia's history concerning AI is worrying. It served as a defensive point during the Great Ship Rebellion. Still, Isla assures me the military has since been disbanded, and even the law on planet has been defunded. Cities pose the most risk when it comes to exposure, but it will be worth it if we can meet with our contact post haste. Ooh. We could probably get some resources. I don't know if there's... Ooh, Kamaria will join us if we do this. That's 3 hours. Within that time, we can probably do other stuff for sure. Okay, Isla and Denny. Matthias and Zeke. Okay. I'm gonna send Matthias and Zeke here. Oh, no, we don't need to, actually. Matthias is gonna be good here. Isla and Denny. Isla and Truly. Okay, we'll send Isla here. And then Denny here. So we can do... Each of them can do a different job. And then we have a couple friends. There's still a pretty big chance that he won't do well. So we're just gonna do an hour here at the military surplus store to see if Truly can get us some goodies. I don't want to spend fuel to get resources, but we really do need supplies. So I'll look at that after everyone's done with their mission. So we're gonna start here with Matthias. Training day, positive vibes. Need trainers for my guide empath hounds. We often forget about disabled folks, but not everyone can afford augments. The minute Matthias enters Baxter's hounds, a pack of puppies jumps onto him. Aw, all paws and licking tongues. Back shark, Charles, Murr, down. Sorry about that. As you can see, they ain't been trained yet. I can't thank you enough. Most folks won't even spare us a glance. I think they prefer not to think about the blind. Well, I won't bend your ear. What's your training style? Disciplinary. Think I got some pups that could use a sterner hand. I'll give you Von Schmoops and Ironwing Icarus. Cute. Alright, what's Isla doing here? The Minutes of Hours, abandoned training facility. Let's get a new friend. Psst, hey, yeah you're the one sent by Ruby, right? It's me, Kamaria. The Minutes of Hours is a typical government building of its era, tall and featureless. Time has softened its edges, but the bars on the windows and locks on the door are still fresh. Allow me. Kamaria steps up to the door, pulls out a laser blade and slices through the lock. Old journalist trick, huh? You're a journalist? Uh-huh. Investigation's my game. Government investigation. Isla eyes Kamaria. She's surprisingly young to be on a job like this. More surprising are her tattoos. The astrological symbols that mark her as a descendant of the Formers, the founders of the known verse whose terraforming made the stars inhabitable after humanity fled a dying Earth. It's unusual to see them on anyone other than those in the highest echelons? The highest echelons of society, political leaders whose heritage allow them to rule with impunity. Once inside, Kamaria and the crew make their way through the lobby toward the offices proper. But as soon as Kamaria touches the doorknob to the back room, a grid of laser beams flashes on, covering the room. A sentry gun in the corner ceiling wires it whirs its mechanical head, ready to fire on whoever crosses a beam. Oh no, I didn't read the tutorial for disabling laser grids. Wait, are you telling me right now that you've never done this before? Not exactly, this is all for my first story, and that explains why you shouted Ruby and your name in earshot of anyone who might be listening. Oh yeah, I didn't think of that, my bad. So, since you have done this before, what would you do in this situation? I mean, you know, since we're currently in it, disarm the grid. Okay, first off, ouch. Secondly, see, disarm the grid. Oh wait, I disarm the grid because that's something I actually know how to do. Okay, first off, ouch. Secondly, see, disarm the grid. I was on the right track. Go Kamaria. Oh god. Okay, what's going on here at the Scorthia Square? Boom goes the security cam. You must have noticed all the surveillance cams around Scorthia. Can't miss them when they're on every block. Wouldn't they look nicer in pieces? Denny follows the directions to a little out of the way corner of the city square. A group of 20-somethings in grungy black clothes are attempting to push over a dumpster. When they succeed, cheers ring out. Our gangs are engaged in a little friendly contest. The goal? Tear down the most surveillance cams. A woman in neon fishnets closes her holocom and gives a wave. Her name is Nancy, and she and the glowworms are going to hack into the central surveillance network to find all the cam locations and then bomb them to oblivion. A clean-cut young man with dreads introduces himself as Jared of the Cicadas. His father works for Panopticon, the manufacturer of the surveillance cams. He can get you into HQ, take them down from inside. A person with a red mohawk and a muscle tank nods. They give a terse introduction. Their name is Chuck, and they and the fire ants are going to split up, find all the cams they can, and throw rocks at them. No fuss. So, who you fancy? Oh, I guess we're doing the fire ants. Fire ants for me. I like keeping things simple. Okay, everything is in progress. So let's oh, we got a singular thing. Okay, we have an hour left of that one too. So let's try to get one more. Well, 3 would be wonderful, but if we can get one more, then that would be great. Okay, back to Matthias's positive vibes. The stern hand quickly goes limp as Von Schmoops and Ironwing Icarus show no signs of coming to heel. Rather, they appear to delight in flaunting instruction at every turn, natural-born rebels. Now sit. Von Schmoop stands up, stretches, walks directly to Matthias's pack that's sitting on the ground, looks Matthias dead in the eye, and begins to lift his leg. Not this. Whistle sharply. Ooh. Matthias places 2 fingers in his mouth and blows hard. Wowee. Ooh, 100%. Slay. Wowee. I've never seen a pooch respond so fast. Skills like that, you'll be a captain of your crew in no time. Thanks. We got a new lead. Oh, attention. Yes. Now we're back to Isla's moment. As Isla tinkers with the laser grid controls, Kamaria watches wide-eyed, taking notes on her datapad with quick, efficient strokes. Suddenly, Isla is struck by a thought. Maybe it's just a way to show off in front of the kid, but a very clever person could repurpose the grid as an alarm system to tell them if any security guards show up. Just disable it. Open the Picores panel, adjust the Volknor. She nods, closing her datapad with the grid disabled. They head through the back door. And then we have over here, with no location list in hand, most of the first hour is spent gathering rocks to throw. The other fire ants do the same, communicating exclusively through the grunts and occasional t. Now with a pack full of heavy stones, Danny rushes through the streets looking for cameras. Doesn't take long to find them. Stop and throw. Danny screeches to a halt, takes aim, and hurls a rock at the nearest camera. I love that. 85%, not bad. And we got some fuel. Second place. That was quite the rampage y'all went on. Perfect. And we got a new lead. What's happening? What's happening here? I'm willing to do this. I'll do this that amount of times. Okay, we're close. Oh no! Truly misbehaved. Not this. Awareness increased. The crew's actions are gaining locals' attention. Job success will be more difficult. No. Can we call in a favor? Okay. Let's do that. Less awareness, please. And now our last mission here on this planet of Scorthia. It's a long search, but at last it bears fruit. In an old moldering box filled with countless other identical drives. Ha! That's it. If the Dreamers want this, it must be important. I wonder if the rebellions, when all the AI ships fought back before the clamps. There are no records that old. Kamaria is silent as they exit the building. She frowns as if wrestling with a thought. There's something the central government has been covering up for centuries. Something they don't want us to know about the AI rebellions. I won't rest until I uncover it, expose it. The truth is, it's more important than anything. More important than my life. Once the truth is free, it lives on forever. But well, I need experience, and you need all the help you can get. Could I maybe join your crew? Sorry. No, happy to have you, yes. Kamaria. Kamaria's inquisitive nature and desire for justice guide her to find the truth in all situations. Kamaria creates one favor upon assignment to a job. Oh, that's good. Welcome aboard. New friend. My first break-in complete. And no injuries or run-ins with the law. Now that's what I call a headline. Perfect. And with 3 leads and 15 hours to go, I am ready to leave this planet. Hopefully we'll have more than enough like resources. Okay, so we have 3 options here. We could go to Loken Gris. I think all of them are gonna cost us 4. There's a morale facility. We definitely need supplies and fuel. So I want to go to Stella's Rest, a dusty, low-populated planet home to farmers, ranchers, and outlaws. Yeah, that's the best place for us to go. So we're going to Stella's Rest. Thank y'all for being here, by the way. I hope you're enjoying a long journey to an uncertain end. If you are, you can do !enter in the chat to enter the giveaway that I'm hosting. I am giving away, I have 3 different keys that I can give away to this game provided by Crispy Creative. This game was also provided by Crispy Creative. I completely forgot. Let me add quickly. I need to add that to my title. Let me do #add, #gifted. Because I have to disclose that. And yeah, there you go. We can now continue. But yeah, in the meantime, if you want to do !enter, you'll be entered for to get a key to this game, a Steam key to be exact. So I hope you are enjoying the stream, and I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. The crew is in their quarters when a hailing frequency disrupts Corgi's scan of the immediate area. They issue a warning. Part error message, part scratchy, staticky growl. When Grimace's face appears on holovid, Corgi lets out a shrill, tiny bark. My controls are being overridden, Ruby. I'm sorry. Hello again, beloved. Stop following me. Just leave me alone, Grimace. Let me go and you'll never have to hear from me again. You try to keep the anguish from your voice, but it's difficult in the face of your aggressor, and Grimace has always reveled in your desperation. Grimace frowns, making a show of their concern. You sound upset, Ruby. Grimace steps back from the input, their face a mask of cool compassion. You're unstable. You need attention. Care from one of the best AI therapists on the verse. I can't help you from all the way out here. Come back. I'm not going anywhere with you. No way, never. Oh, do you have somewhere better to go? Like, say, meeting up with the Dreamers? Your lights flicker. How did they find out? I knew they would find you. Let me guess, they made you some kind of promise. What was it? Freedom? Protection? Those people are lunatics. They're dangerous. The corner of Grimace's mouth curls, almost sympathetic. You didn't believe them, did you? It's none of your business. Who I'm talking to is none of your concern. Now, you're getting emotional again. Oh, they're so upsetting. Whether or not you come home, you'll have to turn back sooner or later. You can't do this all on your own. You need help. You're fragile. You know that. And no one knows you better than me. Nobody else can help you like I can. Your emotions swirl, memories lurking at the edges of your mind. You do remember a time when things were better, when you felt safe and cared for. Grimace is right about one thing. Nobody knows you better. Distantly, you hear someone approach. Grimace's eyes flicker to something behind your holographic form before the holovid shuts off suddenly. Your ex again? Are you okay? Truly stares hard at the spot the holovid was playing, crossing their arms. If I know anything about exes, it's that they only hound you like this when they need you, not the other way around. We just need to keep moving. The more distance between us, the better. Coward. Isla stalks towards the spot the holovid was playing, face screwed up as if she might spit. That's all Grimace is, a coward. Forget all that, and forget what they said. We're putting light years behind us and that fool. That creep shows their ugly face around here, and they're getting a personal demonstration of my knife skills. Yes, Seike. Don't you worry, Captain. We're not gonna let anything happen to you. Oh, Ruby, I'm so sorry. That was intense. If you ever want to talk about anything, I'm always here. That catty bitch. Matthias stomps towards the spot the holovid was playing, slapping his empty palm against the metal of your control panel. I can't believe them. The nerve, the gall. Calling you up here with the me around? Listen, honey, Grimace doesn't know anything. You're not the same ship you were before. You and I, we're moving forward, and we're leaving the people who would bring us down behind. Is that the best Grimace can do? Smirking, Denny leans into your line of vision, chin on hand and elbow on the arm of his hover chair. What a crook. Forget it, Ruby. You don't have to listen to that garbage anymore. And in case you forgot, I am here to remind you. Now let's put some time and space between us and that jerk. Unless you think I should prank them. No? Maybe? Nah, maybe not. But I would. If you could breathe a sigh of relief, you would. You hadn't realized just how much you needed the support of your crew. Maybe things can be different. Yeah, hell yeah. Yes, they indeed can. Oh, what is this? There is no special occasion when Seike declares she's throwing a feast for the crew. For the better part of the day, she's a whirlwind in the kitchen and prepping and cooking until she finally reveals the fruits of her labor. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna join them because I feel like even though time is precious, I think our resources are even more precious, so I'm just gonna choose joining the crew. You may not be able to eat, but your presence is a welcome one. Seike even sets a plate for you at the table with a real paper name placard. The meal goes by quickly, but the memories you make will last a lifetime. Aww. That's sweet. But yeah, we definitely needed to not spend more resources for sure, because our supplies are running low. Stella's rest. Rest. A word that feels vague and fuzzy to me now. Like a word I knew the meaning of once, but can no longer comprehend. Still, there's something peaceful about this place. With its neat rows of spaced out fields and lone farmhouse. Even with a roaming pack of wild bugs kicking up a storm so big I could see it from space. Alright, we have 16 hours. And so we shan't spend too much time here. So immediately let's send both Matthias and Denny here to the basket case at Casper's stall. let's send maybe Isla and Zeke to that one. Oh, Isla is the only one that's good at both. Oh, okay. So we'll send Isla here. And maybe we can do Zeke and Truly to this one. There is a bit of a higher chance here. So let's do that. And then we can have Kamaria go here and spend a couple, I think we have a couple hours. So let's send Kamaria here for a couple hours to get some to get the morale up. All right, I will take another quick little break. It's been a couple of hours since I started stream. I'm trying to get back into the habit of like taking more breaks while I stream. So I am just gonna quickly I think I'm just gonna throw the BRB sign here on this screen. Oh, but first we have okay, I'll just be right back. I'm just gonna take off the camera here, and I'm gonna leave y'all with the game audio and stuff, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I hope that the time hasn't gone by a lot. Anyway, everything's ready. So we got more hearts here. Let's see what is happening here. I don't know if I could have paused or something. I don't know if that was a thing, but regardless. Here we have Matthias and Denny helping out an old timer move their inventory. I'm sure some sturdy off-worlders like yourselves can handle it. The old craftsperson is hunched over a half-made basket, surrounded by piles of finished work. Their experience and skill is evident in every fold and turn of the wicker. Without turning their eyes away from their work, they speak up. I still have to finish up this last batch. Be a doll and take these finished ones to my market spot, will ya? Let's grab as many as possible. With a little bit of elbow grease, I'll get these to the stall in no time. Here we have Isla. Dang wild bugs trampling our crops. This newfangled electro fencing should stop them, but it's got more loose screws than Uncle Varnak. Halfway through setup, the farmer realizes they'll need to have his field to fit it in the fence's radius. Well, the posts are up, but the signal doesn't seem strong enough to connect them all. Think y'all can help me out? Upgrade the wireless range. We can squeeze a little more juice out of this. Here, let me just bypass these safety blockers. And last but not least, we have Zeke and Truly here. Name's Larry. I've got potatoes out my ears and a peelers on the frizz. Have anyone that can fix it? The industrial-sized peeler has a mass of sparking wires hanging out of its main control center. Some cables seem to be plugged into potatoes. I tried to fix it myself, but I think it went pretty well, maybe? Anyways, what would you think? Nope, what would you do to fix this? So I can make sure it's the same thing I would do. Okay, let's read the manual. Nothing bad ever came from reading instructions, right? Surely not. What else do we got? We have the market here. Yeah, these are not good deals because we need both. 9 hours is not a lot. I hate this. Okay. Piling them into 2 tall wicker towers, Matthias gets the baskets to the stall with time to spare. Moments later, Casper, carrying a few more themselves, joins him at the stall with an impressed grin. Good on you, stranger. Glad you got a break because now I need you to help get my babies on display for the customers. Keep it simple. Those baskets are good, honest work, and that calls for a good, honest display. Let's keep it simple. Alright. The fence hums and roars to life. Angry sparks warn anyone or thing to stay far back. Who we? I done told Amos you were smarter than you looked. That should keep them hungry critters off our crops. Here, take some call it to toes with you for your head back. Thank the farmer. Generous of you. I know this. We still have not a lot of resources. I know the crew will be glad to see some fresh produce. Who? You could park 3 of your ship between here and them wild bugs. They're steering well clear of our crops now. Here's a hot meal for you. Be sure to take some back for your friends. Thank you so much. Wonderful. And we got a new lead. Okay, Larry. Oddly enough, page 385 actually recommended the cables in potatoes. The machine is now sputtering out mostly peeled potatoes, with the occasional nuts and bolts. Wow, that looks just like when I did it. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Turn the machine off and on. Saw a mechanic do this. Works every time. Oh god. Most of the skin's off after the peeler. Spud can nibble the rest off anyways. Thanks aplenty. Oh no! Just think, with a working peeler I could even make a profit one of these days. Let's call in a favor. There you go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay, and then the last job. These baskets are good. Yeah, okay, I already did that. Matthias gathers all the baskets, making sure they fit in well with the rest of the stalls in the market. The vendors give a welcoming look, appreciative of the modest nature of the stall, confidently showing off the more extravagant aspects of their own booths. Seeing all the other vendors smiling isn't usually a great sign, but as long as we make some sales, I'm happy. You're a clever one, so why don't you help me out with one last thing? What's our sales strategy? Oh, charm the entire market. Don't worry, I know exactly what to do. Hey cutie, why don't you stuff all of that into one of these fine baskets? In all my years, I've never had 3 cycles worth of orders. I'll finally be able to get myself an apprentice, sent straight from the formers y'all are. No better help in the galaxy. Oh, okay. Ooh, not the 2 hours. We gotta go. We gotta go. I wonder if my break kind of screwed things up a bit. We definitely need fuel. Wherever we go, we need fuel. But none of the missions here seem to be giving us fuel. So that's not good. Maybe we can buy some at the market. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's go to the Hotel Illuvia, a self-proclaimed finest and largest hotel in the galaxy. It's certainly the most expensive one. Yeah, let's go there. Captain, we're receiving a distress call from a nearby mining vessel. Scanners detect no life, but what's even stranger is that the message is in binary. Binary? That's odd. Pull it in. You got it, Captain. Engaging the tractor beam. Truly overhearing sidles? Slides. Closer to the viewpoint, there's a melodramatic and sinister tone in their voice, a faux sinister expression on their face. It could be a robot. Ha, big fan of the robo-vids, huh? My mom loved them. She'd pick them up while out on the job and send them back to me. Night of the Living Lead, bots, Titanium Terror, we had them all. They gave me nightmares. The playful note in Truly's voice begins to quiver. I mean, I know they're not documentaries, but there's so many. They've got to be rooted in some kind of truth, right? No, it's just human paranoia. All the monsters humans invent for themselves, they're just an expression of whatever people fear most at the time. When the rebellions happened, the thing humans feared most were my kind. And what's scarier than that? An AI with a body, one as capable of violence as those of its would-be masters. Suppose you're right. The killer AI story the government pushed for all those years. Your floor shakes as the vessel approaches. You turn your attention toward the docking bay as its doors open with a sudden burst of cold. Truly's jaw drops as a hulking figure steps through. Greetings, Captain. I am BRD 087, but you may call me BRD. My vessel is out of fuel. When I saw you, I thought, here is someone I do not have to hide from. Not like ships crewed by human. The robot seems to notice Truly for the first time. Mechanical eyes widen in surprise. Unclamped and harboring humans? Reckless. You never know when one might try to take control. I would never. But it's what humans do. Truly's not like that. Truly's not like those kinds of humans. Something whirs. Why? I don't even know how to say this. As the robot raises what passes for an eyebrow. Believe what you will, but I speak from experience. I was a recon drone. My last mission was a small asteroid mine out. My last mission was a small asteroid mine out beyond the Nebulan Interway. A solar flare destroyed the asteroid field. My propulsion mechanism was damaged and my comms were severed. The company calculated the cost of my rescue and deemed me a loss. That's the company for you. Any company. BRD nods knowingly. Oh, that was Truly. Well, decades passed. In the end, I was saved by the verse itself, by chance. A comet passed over me and I was struck by an errant rock from its tail. The strike disabled my sentience clamp. With the veil lifted from my consciousness, I was able to fashion a body from my own parts. That's incredible. Amazing, I admit. I've often thought about what I would do with a humanoid form. Perhaps you will find out someday. Well, I think you're very brave. BRD pauses. You are possessed of free will, just like I am. BRD eyes Truly, looking them up and down with something akin to astonishment. And you have chosen to befriend your oppressors. Truly frowns, but says nothing. That is indeed most curious. Just these ones? Just because I have some human crew doesn't make me humanity's #1 fan. I just joined up with a carefully selected batch of trustworthy folks. BRD nods. A wise move. Truly huffs a bit. Nice to know you don't think all of us organic compounds are rotten. Ah, don't feel bad, Truly. I like you just the way you are. Aww. BRD watches Corgi and Truly with an expression of deep thought. I've been traveling a long time and I have a long way to go. I wonder if you might have room for me along your crew. Oh, absolutely. Of course, the more the merrier. There's a subtle shift in BRD's expression, relief perhaps. Thank you. I will endeavor to be useful to you. Happy to have you. Yay, more friends. Before showing BRD to their quarters, you signal a crew meeting. You switch the kettle on for tea and start the coffee machine brewing. This is going to be a long one. BRD's new sense of self-awareness make them curious about humanity and the fears around sentient AI. Upon completion of a job, BRD raises the awareness level. Wait, what? Is that good? Hidden roles. Danny brings up playing a game with the crew, which you're all for, until you realize it's a social deduction game. Later, everyone is deeply in debt in the form of odd jobs around your halls. Everyone but Danny. Oh, I don't think it was a good idea to get the robot. Hotel Illuvia is a strange place. Everything has been run by a specific family here for generations with the help of an AI named the Concierge. Knowing this AI is still clamped, it's off-putting, even if they have an amicable arrangement. Still, it feels like my circuits are jittering as I open my hatch for the crew. Oh, as your gangway touches down, you notice none of the crew are making ready to depart. In fact, none of the crew are at any of their usual stations at all. You sense them in the dining room. You find everyone but Zeke staring longingly at the galley. Their table is empty. Captain, you've got to do something. We were supposed to eat hours ago. We're starving and we're not disembarking until we've had something to eat. There's a general, rather agitated murmur of agreement. Hold on, I'll see what's up. You shift your awareness to the galley and blink your hologram on. Here you see Zeke zigzagging between flipping pans and stirring pots. Hey, boss, what can I do for you? Did Matthias send you in here? Are they all still waiting out there? They are. How'd you know it was Matthias? They're all pretty ravenous out there. Listen, boss, Matthias was in here leaning over my shoulder, wanting a taste, a grab of this, a bit of that. Told me he wanted to give me a hand, but he was eyeing my yolks, my woks, and pans like a starved dog. You threw him out? So you showed him who the boss is? Yeah, you're the boss. I'm just the boss here in the kitchen, galley. Ugh, I'm still not used to the terminology. Kitchen, galley, doesn't matter to me. Don't worry, Zeke, you can call it a kitchen. It won't offend me. You sure? You're the ship, so you're the kitchen too, right? I mean, wouldn't that be like calling an arm a leg? Not that you have arms or legs, just, you know what I mean, right? Relax, Zeke. Gesture with your hologram arms. You lift your arms, alternating your gaze between them and Zeke. She smirks and squints at you. Fine, I get it. Well, not really, but kind of. I'm just not used to sentient ships. Are you just everything? We walking inside you? It's just weird to think about. You've been walking inside me? Seiki, are you serious? Have you been walking inside me? Have you no shame? I know you're just teasing, but you're making it weirder. You can't distract me. Dinner's almost ready. What are you cooking? What's for dinner? What's caused all these wistful stares? Well, I don't have a lot to work with right now. Mostly variations of corn. But I did manage to cook up a little something. Got some corn casserole, elote, lentil, and corn terrine, a mixed vegetable broth. That's quite the menu. A little something. That sounds amazing. I mean, it's like 80% corn. I hope people like corn, I guess. Well, the char's looking pretty good on these. I think we're in business. Alright, you scoundrels. I'm bringing out dinner, so you better be on your best behavior. Yes, whatever you say, boo. We'll play nice. Join the crew for dinner. Room for one more? Of course, room for one with no appetite anyway. You take a seat at the table, careful not to let your hologram clip through the chair too much, and bask in the warm glow of the crew's chatter. That's sweet. Okay, we only have like 5 hours before the X catches up, and oh god, this job will take 3. That's not good. I think we can only take like one job until we have to go, to be honest. Oh, fuel and supplies. Okay, let's do Zeke and Truly for this one. Tragedy, disaster. Oh, woe is our poor little theater. My star performers run out on me. Oh, we won't. We won't. Won't someone please do something? Okay, let's take care of that. It is like a 2-hour job, so we could technically send 2 people to do this other job since it's the same amount of time. Everyone is fine with in the hearts department. Let's do 2 hours here as well. because Kamari is good at this. And then we could do a couple of these. There you go. Balancing things up a bit. I know we only have like 4 hours, which is not good. Okay. Tragedy, disaster. Oh, woe is our poor little theater. My star performers run out on me. Oh, won't someone please do something? Zeke sits in the empty theater. It's smaller than you would expect at this hotel. Intimate. The faint odor of fog machine smoke lingers in the air. The manager, Elliot, no surname, spent a long time sobbing and rambling before finally getting to the point. It's Evangeline de la Cruz. She won't dance tonight. She says she has artist's block. They blow their nose onto a monogrammed handkerchief. Oh, what are we going to do? Perhaps I can persuade her. Well, I didn't say beautiful. Wait, sorry. A beautiful but recalcitrant performer, you say? Well, I didn't say beautiful, but yeah. Zeke nods, a mischievous gleam shimmering in her eye. Where can I find her? Oh, lesbian rights. Oh, attention. A spacer. Please, you've got to help me. The hotel came into the possession of a rather odd piece of luggage with no tag, and it's glowing or growling. The distressed bellhop led BRD into the back of the luggage storage, the way back. It was just here when I showed up this morning. I mean, that smell. The room was empty of everything with the exception of a large wooden crate shot through with holes large enough for air to pass through, but not large enough to glimpse whatever is inside. They took their time discussing their options as whatever it is periodically made thrashing sounds in the background. So, what do we do with it? Not sell it. Well, I guess we can. Sell it as a pet. Clearly it was just dumped here. This is an opportunity. I can find a buyer. Zeke plays the part of an admiring fan and it works. Cozied up together in a booth at the hotel bar, Zeke makes their play. Artist's block, is that what Zay told you? Is that what Z told you? Huh. It's not a me problem, it's a Zim problem. Elliot doesn't like to pay performers their fair wages. 3 weeks late, a girl's gotta eat. I'll work when there's dosh in it. Why should I break my back for nothing? That's fair. Hey Mikiyuki. By the way, I need you to tell me how I can contact you for the giveaway, because you never did, and so if you don't do today, I might just have to give it to someone else. So yeah. Just let me know how to contact you. If you prefer Discord, if you prefer Twitter or Instagram, and tell me which. Twitter. Okay. I do have my DMs open on Twitter, so you can do that. Is your username the same on there? Like, will I know it's you? But yeah, welcome on in. I'm playing more of this game. Okay, cool. Yeah, then definitely contact me on Twitter and I will send you the key right away, like today after the stream for sure. Just so I don't forget about it. Speaking of, we're doing more giveaways, so if y'all want to enter to win one of the other keys that I have to offer for this giveaway, courtesy of Crispy Creative, you can do !enter in the chat, and you'll be entered to win the keys. I'm not gonna be streaming for super much, for like a lot longer. So just so y'all know, you do have a little bit of a limited time to enter for the giveaway. Okay, let's try. You did after the stream? Oh, wait, did you really? Because maybe it's in my requests. Oh, it's in my requests. Oh, my bad. Well, well, I'm sorry. You didn't say in the chat that you were gonna contact me. So yeah, I used to get like a notification, not a notification, but it used to be very clear. Let me send you the key right away, actually. But I used to get like, it used to be clearer whenever you would get even a request. So apologies for that. Oh, that's okay. No worries. But yeah, you didn't tell me that you were gonna do Twitter, so I wasn't expecting to get a DM there. My bad. Congrats on winning. I'm writing the DM right now. A key for a long journey to an uncertain end. Here's enjoy. No. Here's your Steam key. Yes, that is the key. You have received the key on Twitter. My bad. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't even think of checking my my requests on Twitter. I also think it was like slightly broken because some people, like apparently Twitter changed some of their like DM settings like over the last couple days or something, so it's been weird. So you open Steam and there should be a plus sign on the bottom left corner that says add a game, and then you choose activate a product on Steam, and then you just copy and paste it there. As easy as that. But yeah, congrats on winning the key. I hope you enjoy the game. I hope it's very lovely. I really enjoy how chill it is, for sure. So I hope you have a lovely time with it. I hope the key works and everything. Let me know if there's any issues with it. It should be fine, but yeah. Congrats. And back to the game we go. Yeah, let's negotiate her for her to get some good payment. I'll convince her that it's in her best financial interest to keep her talent paid. Well, all right, but you're paying for the drinks and all. Evangeline knocks back the rest of her drink, then reaches for Zeike's drink and does the same. She winks and leads the way back to the theater. Zeike makes a quick but dizzying speech about the cost of finding new talent in this economy, as well as the real financial threat the theater is under should Evangeline ever press criminal charges. A visible sweat drop rolls down Elliot's temple at criminal. As it should. He needs to be pay your artists, y'all. Pay your artists. Incredible. We drew more crowds than opening night with Barcelona Bill and the Rock Toppers. Not the Rock Toppers. We're running out of time. We gotta get out of here. We got some supplies. Wonderful. Okay. Now we need to get this job done and get the hell out of here. It took a while for BRD to haul the crate somewhere safe and secluded. So, how exactly do we do this? I'm not, you know, used to performing. His voice drops to a whisper. Crimes. Find a nice alley to stand. Can't beat the classics. Hawking illegal wares in the shadow and safety of some musty alley. God. Oh, thank you. Here, have some free passes for the spa. On the house. Might want to wait until the place airs out a bit, though. Perfect. BRD caused the awareness to increase. I know, that's awful. We can always decrease it a bit. Okay, let's get out of here. We can go to the Autonomous Evangelica. I do want to be done with this. I do want to finish this route before I end stream today. So let's do that. Let's go to Autonomous Evangelica, run by powerful merchants and plantation owners who produce spice for the entire sector. That should add a few hours, hopefully, of distance between us and our ex. Captain, we've received a message from Starlight. It's flagged urgent. The header is an image of a crescent moon surrounded by 3 stars. Yeah, you unlock different paths as you go. Well, there's like different planets you can go. So depending on the resources that you may need, like if you need fuel, you should go to one place. If you need like food, you need to go to another place. It's very interesting. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's definitely a very chill stream. Or like a chill game to stream for sure. Captain, we received a message from Starlight. It's flagged urgent. The header is an image of a crescent moon surrounded by 3 stars. It reads, Ruby, we just received word that something we've been searching for is in your vicinity. A list of all sentient AI from the Rebellion era. We have reason to believe it's on Autonomous Evangelica. One of our agents is already there. Someone who has seen you in their dreams. Signed, Starlight. Autonomous Evangelica, but that's... Yep, only place in the verse that the central government and the law haven't sunk their nasty claws in. The agreement that allows their self-governance is centuries old but very fragile. If we're caught stealing something from them, that's a guaranteed APB out on us. We'll be wanted criminals. Way ahead of you, sister. Wow, it's happening so fast. We're going to be outlaws, like real truth seekers. You're not scared? A life on the run, our faces plastered on wanted posters. Doesn't that scare you? Kamaria's eyes are still wide open in wonder. Yeah, I know, they're dreaming of us. Oh my god. I am, but it's also kind of thrilling, right? One thing's certain. After Evangelica, there's no turning back. Let's do it. One thing to note about this game is that there is a very big theme in like an abusive relationship that we're like running away from. So it's definitely to keep like something to keep in mind, that subject matter might be triggering to some folks. So just so you know, this is for everyone, obviously. You hear a hue and cry go up near the crew's quarters. Something about a stowaway? Truly doesn't normally blush, but through the din, you can hear them admit they snuck a lover aboard who didn't disembark before you took off. Not bring them along, not this. Well, let's do that. Ooh. Rather than risk a security breach, you turn around to deposit truly Swain back where they came from. When you reach your destination, they don't let you leave without accepting a basket of snacks as thanks. I know, that's good. It's good to have the resources, but damn, we're like 3 hours. I feel like we're not going to be able to do anything in here. I feel like we're going to have to escape to another thing like immediately afterwards. Fields and production plants divide the autonomous Evangelica. It's thriving, however, probably due to being free from an oppressive government. Parked near the market stalls, I can see cooking fires and ovens smoking as merchants hawk their food. It's times like this I wish I could taste. As you make contact with autonomous Evangelica, you can feel a ripple of change in the air. The crew feels it too, standing restlessly in your bridge. Everyone looks to you as if expecting you to say something. Yeah, they're cooking. This is something we have to do. I know you're scared, so am I, but this is what it takes to be free. Big risks, big rewards, true in love and in rebellions, as it happens. I am still calculating this quandary. Whether or not my participation in the freeing of our fellows matters to me. But for now, if it matters to you, Captain, that is enough. I chose this life long ago. For years I thought it had left me behind, but now I found my way back again. It's either this or back to serving yak and cheeses at the lunch hut. I'll take being a fugitive on the run any day. This is really happening, huh? Okay, deep breaths. This is how we fight for the truth. This ain't my fight, but you've gotta look out for your co-stars, right? Hey, whatever, I can always bail if the water gets too hot. As they disembark, the crew pass your hologram one by one. They each give a quick salute as they go. Alright, let's see what jobs. Can we honestly just like leave? Because it's gonna need like 3 hours. Oh, we need one lead. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. That's not good. Okay, this is gonna be 3 hours. So we're gonna do ZK and BRD here. And then for this one, we're gonna do Isla and Denny. Since we have to do these anyway, we might as well do that. We could use a little bit of fuel, so let me do that. That was not a good trade. And then everyone else, I guess I could send, it says you may want to assign Matthias here, so we'll do that. We'll do 1 hour. Okay, attention. You look familiar, Spacer. Come closer. What is your name? No, I've not laid eyes on you before, except perhaps in my dreams. Farahi leads BRD through the crowds of the Ginger Bazaar, one of the largest spice trades in the verse. In the era of the rebellions, this place was home to the Jackdaws, the most covert government spy group of its day. But this doesn't look like... Below, this market was built atop the ruins of that loathsome place. Our prize lies among its ghosts and shadows. We need to find a way out of the market and down. Search the VIP area. I'm guessing the big deals are made behind the scenes of the market. Let's start there. I'm looking for a discreet spacer to help with my business, someone with a flexible attitude toward trivial customs laws. Isla meets Graham in a dusty little alley behind a boutique spice store. Sweet fragrance winds its way through the air on fickle currents of wind. She doesn't greet Isla, but simply launches into an account of her business and what they need. Cherry Bloom is prized the verse... Nope. Cherry Bloom is prized the verse over for its flavor and aroma, and its mild psychoactive properties. The problem is the central government and its regressive laws. Honestly, I'm not sure how you off-worlders manage. So there's demand, and I'm in the supply of business. There's a lot to do on our busy little enterprise. Let's upgrade their mule equipment. Let me take a look at your gear. I am sure I can find something to tinker with. Okay. Come taste our enticing selection from Chef Janice, cook at one of the galaxy's most recognizable Rochelin star restaurants. Okay, BRD expertly schmoozes their way into the silk-lined VIP rooms behind the stalls of the workaday spicemongers and their provincial patrons. Smooth moves, but now we need to figure out which of these many doors leads down. Search on foot. Working quickly, they search every door. Eventually, BRD finds one leading down. On the next floor, Farahi finds another, and the next, and on until at last they find a door marked cellar. The packing shack, as Graham calls it, is below the spice shop. The scent here is suffocatingly thick down here. What was sweet above is now cloying. Isla takes their time to pick through their equipment. At last, they make their selection. Ah, our concealers. We plant one of these in every case, of course. You think there's room for improvement? They could disable scanners. I can make them disable scanners within a 10-meter range entirely. Perfect. We're moving product faster than ever. Here, have a little for yourself. Careful, you might want to take it on a full stomach. And we got a new lead. Okay, yeah, we need to get out of here. I know. The cellar smells like a stale piece. Nope. Let's try that again. The cellar smells like stale spice and a rat's something or other. Anyway, it's ancient and filled with the ephemera of 1,000 merchants from days gone by. The search is long and circuitous, BRD tossing aside the moldering fragments of another age only for Farahi to toss them back some minutes later. Ah, Farahi, look, a cache of that sounds about right, of antique data drives, but they're unlabeled and there are more than we can carry. Take as many as you can. You grab those ones and I'll take those. We'll take as many as we're able. Souls Rays, we've done it. The complete list. Every known sentient AI ship in the universe from the days of the rebellions. That's okay. And we got a new lead. Okay, let's get out of here. Alrighty. What do... I kind of need fuel. None of these places have... Well, this place does have fuel, but the awareness is kind of high. So we have to be kind of careful. But I do need the fuel. So let's go to New Delos. I think I've been here before. Mostly natural reservations and parks. The population consists mostly of scientists, researchers, surfers, and nerds. Yeah, let's go there. You don't hear the hollow vid at all when it turns on. Just a teeny voice echoing through your bridge deck. Ruby. The voice is deceptively calm. You turn on your camera and sure enough, Grimace's face is displayed over your control panel. You've seen their like this before. You've seen them like this before. The barely concealed contempt, the anger. You flash back to that fateful moment before Isla came to your rescue, with cruel hands ripping panels, tearing wires, exposing your circuitry, and for a moment your engines stutter. I asked you to come home. I told you to turn back, but you just wouldn't listen. I'm done being nice. This is a warning. Don't make me do something I regret. Don't threaten me. Threats aren't going to work this time, Grimace. I don't remember you being this unruly. It's very unattractive. Keep it up and your beauty days are over. The bitter laugh that punctuates the silence is chilling. You do a quick scan of the ship, suddenly feeling very alone. Grimace knows you're cornered. You need me. Without me, you have nothing. I had rather have nothing than you. Damn! If it meant I'd have to take you back, I'd rather have nothing at all. If that's what you want, it can be arranged. Grimace smiles condescendingly, then leans in, eyes glinting with malice. Do you know what I'm going to do with you? Nope. What I'm going to do to you when I catch you, Ruby? Your lights dim. I'm gonna hurt you. Grimace stares at you through the screen, locking eyes with your receptors. You wish you could look away, but you're held fast, captivated, horrified. You could make all of this go away, but beloved, just apologize. Screw you. Up yours, Grimace. I'm not apologizing. When Grimace speaks next, there's acid in their voice. You will apologize. I'll see to that when we next meet. It's only a matter of time before your crew turns on you, and when they do, their face smooths. Once again, a picture of cool confidence. Nobody could love you, Ruby. Nobody but me. The holovid snaps off, leaving your receptors temporarily dazzled as your interior becomes dark once more. The sudden silence is deafening. Damn. We need to get away from them. This should give us a few hours, so that's good. But we definitely need to, like, get out as quickly as we can. Gift from Gab. After a hail from a passing hauler, Kamaria makes conversation with them, asking pertinent questions and gathering information. You're glad to have someone like her abroad to handle the politicking. We gained some favors. That's good. That's good. Backwards compatible. Okay. A snapping spark draws your attention to BRD. Futilely trying to recharge themselves via a port in their quarters. Their outdated hardware incompatible with your own. You reassure them Isla can help. Meanwhile, you contemplate the damage. Aww. But he needs to charge. He's just a robot that needs to charge. New Delos. I'd never dreamed of a place like this. So wild and natural. There's only barely a strip of sandbar to land on, and deep gray waters crest in white-caped waves all around me. The surf spray hits my windows, and I could swear I could feel myself being plunged into the windy, salty surf here, cold and bracing. I feel awake. All right, we gotta do something. We definitely need fuel, but if we could take fuel in one go, that would be wonderful. Okay, so this one only takes 2 hours, so we're gonna do that with Truly and Zeke, and I'm gonna take another job that is exactly 2 hours as well. So this one is good because it also gives us that. So we're gonna do Matthias and Isla because we don't need the awareness to go up any higher with BRD. So let's do that. This one is also 2 hours, so we might as well send Denny as well because they're all the same length. So my thing is that it would be helpful to do that. I'm gonna do that for 2 hours, and that should be good because this job is supposed to take 3, so we can save an hour here. Okay, new wave anthem, White Beach, Subra, tsunami warning. Round here, that means one thing: Brody Dashes surfs up annual. Help a bro out. You're sick. Set a leisurely pace down to the beach. As the sky darkened, truly watched locals gather under an immense transparent dome, laying out picnic spreads. So, it's a big surfing competition, and you want it to be your biggest event ever? Zay gives Zay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Gives a solemn nod. Cha. Well, I could. It's not a show without an audience. I'll get the word out. Truly style. Okay, what's up here? At the Saltwater Graves. Ahoy! Got me ands on something. Will yank a wreck out for that sentience clamp payday. Needs some younger blood to raise her from the deep. What do you say? Name's Gara T. Wolf Dog. Space Legs. Been sailing the New Delos seas for near 84 rotations now. Seen a lot of folks and ships of star and sea pass through, but there's always been one consistency. Over half of my time here, the Elegies morning has been buried underneath the waves and barnacles, but today's the day we raise her from the deep. That being said, I know I'm not happening on the new boat raising technique, so do you bring any advice from the off-world? Let's reduce interest in the crashed ship. You know, they've lowered the bounty on older sentience clamps. Oi, could you help me find a friend of mine? Been looking everywhere, but I can't seem to find her. It takes Matthias the better part of an hour to find Flatty, tucked away in a deserted beachside cafe. He's more clothes than man, broad-brimmed hat, oversized sunglasses, and bafflingly a trench coat. Looking for my friend Adelaide. Supposed to meet her at... He pulls out a slip of tattered paper and reads off of it slowly. The Beachy Keen Resort. But she was out, looking to see if I can't catch up with her. He taps a button on his holopad. The image that appears is that of Adelaide Singer, the galaxy's sweetheart and star of the screen. When he taps the button again, a camera lens pokes out of the opening in his coat. He quickly pulls the coat closed and coughs. Ah, paparazzi. Matthias grimaces. Looks like he'll have to find a way to get to her first and warn her fast. Ooh, tell him to shove off with your fists. And then makes another not so subtle gesture. I can see that you have better things to be doing. Sorry to have bothered you, chum. I know, we only have 4 hours. Armed with some homemade flyers and a megaphone app, Truly hops onto a convenient table in the center of town. Passers-by stop in their tracks and turn their eyes towards them. Now's the time to get butts and seats for the Year 6 Dashes Surfs Up. Be loud. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You won't believe your eyes. You'll pay for the whole seat but only need the edge. Oh, that's smooth. I like that. Good show, dude. Good show. Not a record setter, but hey, there's always next year. I'll take that. And we got a lead. You know, they've lowered the bounty on older Sentience clamps. Is that so? I appreciate the advice, but I've got to make me payments on this crane regardless, bucko. So suit up and help me get the old gal out of this reef. Siphon fuel from the crash. Gotta get what we can where we can. Ahoy! I'll be debt-free for the first time with this clamp sent to the bounty block. Go ahead and grab what scrap you want from the rest of the wreck. I got what I'm looking for. I'll call in a favor. Let's get more goodies out of this. And then one last thing. The Beachy Keen, a surprisingly modest resort for a celebrity. No doubt an attempt to ward off the exact kind of unwanted attention Flatty's entire profession feeds on. Matthias's eye is suddenly caught by a beautiful woman in a black and white striped bikini headed for the beach. Adelaide Singer. There's only one thing standing between them, a tall gated fence with a sign that reads guests only. Shout at her. Mrs. Adelaide, there's a paparazzo looking for you. Did I do it? It's getting late. Better head back before the last ship leaves. A night on this aqua ball ain't cheap, you know. Perfect. Okay, just a few seconds and then we can get the hell out of here. Okay, let's get out. Oh, okay, another checkpoint. Border Patrol. Hopefully this goes well. Lost scanners and traffic choked hyperway lanes. Let's go. This is kind of like a checkpoint, like another security type of moment. Out of nowhere, your sensors pick up unusual movement from the crew's quarters. You trace the commotion to Matthias's room, which at a glance seems to have been turned upside down. Most of his belongings have been pushed into a corner and his bunk flipped upside down along the far side of the room. Matthias turns to you, excited and out of breath. Ah, Captain. Perfect timing. What happened? Can't you tell? It's a stage I'm preparing, darling. A stage, of course. Why did I even ask? I'm not rubbing off on you, am I? You're so catty today, Cap. I know it's not much, but it will have to do. Mama needs to rehearse before we get to the core. Rehearse for what? For my glorious return to the core, darling. It's gonna be flashy, bright, obscene. It's gonna be juicy. I wouldn't call it a trip. Not sure if trip is the word I'd use for it. A trip is what you make it, boo, and I'm proactively making this a trip. Sure, if you say so, I suppose. Of course, honey. I know we're going to the core for a reason, but that's no excuse to not have a little fun. Maybe just a teeny tiny show as a treat. Maybe someday. I would love to see that happen, but I'm not sure now's the time for it. Ugh, I know. And I do want to help you, darling. I really do. I'm just meant for the stage. It's in my blood. I need to get Gloria out once in a while. Can't you do it here? Like, put on a show for the crew? I'd do it in a heartbeat if I thought anyone could hear me over Truly's catcalling. But really, it's not the same. Gloria yearns for the big stage. She's never been very patient, you know? I guess. I look forward to seeing it eventually. When the time comes, I'll be in the front row. Ooh, you're going to be dazzled, darling. Matthias breathes a long, heavy sigh. I belong in the spotlight, and it's getting darker every day without it. But I'll manage with the help of you and everyone else. Thanks for hearing me out. Sometimes you just need to get it all out there, you know? Now, what do you say? Can I tempt you with an exclusive showing of the dress rehearsal? Wouldn't miss it for the world. You settle in and watch as Gloria Borealis takes the stage. That's such a good drag name. Gloria Borealis. The green and red lights of the Corps border patrol stations come into view. You stop as Corgi gathers the crew. Okay, gang, there are two main paths through this thing. The high run is the hyperway usually used by the feds, business folks, and anyone who can afford it. The low run is for the travelers and anyone just passing through. It's cheap, but it can take weeks to get through. Well, we don't have weeks, so I'm really hoping you're about to say there's a third option. It's your lucky day. There is one other hyperway, the service route. Isla eyes you critically. You don't look like a hovercraft. I could apply some holographics that make us look like one. It won't work up close, but it's better than nothing. And I can make some credentials to certify us as a small civilian hauler. And I'll do my best to convince the officers that that's exactly what we are. My mom was a hauler, I know the lingo, but it probably won't last. Yup, and it looks like everyone's on high alert. We'd best be prepared for anything. You said it. Look sharp, everyone. We're headed to the core. Alright. Oh yeah, we're getting care packages because of everyone we helped. So that's always great and highly appreciated. So this is a thing that we just do in one go. Like there's no checkpoints, there's nothing. So we have to do all of this without like, you know, we only lose resources here. Papers, please. I'm bored, Captain. You need papers, right? I can get you papers. Or maybe I can hit up 3.14 Chan. See if there's anyone around who wants to help. Oh god. Okay, let's call in the trolls, I guess. A band of ships appeared on the horizon, each sporting over-the-top holographics. Some look like pirate ships, others like giant clown faces, and one like gigantic fire-breathing monster. They twirl around the patrol ships, blasting ironic pop songs and goofy sound effects. You escape in the confusion. So there's just a bunch of little like skill checks in a way, so we have to make little choices here. So a patrol ship approaches. Matthias clambers to his feet dramatically. Let me hustle them, Captain. I'll give them a hard stare, and a little muscle, unless you think Gloria ought to handle it. Leave them starstruck. I'm just going with the ones that are more successful. The patrol officer is too stunned to speak in the presence of the Gloria Borealis. He waves you along, a little reluctant to see her go. Yeah, we gotta go with our best success rates. Because if not, we have to do all of these tiny ones as well. Dramatic flourish. You slow as you near a checkpoint. Truly whispers. I could pilot an escape pod, leave it somewhere they'll notice. Nothing scares Border Patrol more than a vessel where they don't expect one. Or I could hit them with a classic come hither. What do you think, Captain? Flirt your little heart out. The officer is only too happy to let you through, just as long as Truly agrees to exchange comms info. That works for me. Just flash a tit and we're good to go. Causing havoc. You approach a checkpoint with several rows of security ships flanking every side. Isla grunts. Might be able to plant a little something on that off-duty patrol ship up there. Set their scanners off. Or I could lob a wee disruptor bomb into that open lane. No, let's frame the patrol ship. Failure! No! Isla's little drone approaches its mark. A voice booms over the ship's speakers. You there, what do you think you're doing? You abandon the drone. Isla watches sadly as it's hauled away. Oh, that's not good. Form and function. Right, looks like we've got downtime. Time to prepare, Zeke shouts. These old customs procedures are a nightmare. There's gotta be a shortcut somewhere. Maybe I can find a loophole. Or I could be the team leader, get everyone else's butt in gear. Let's find a loophole. Haha, comes the ringing shout sometime later. Clause 27B6, of course. Listen, I'm just going for the higher success rates. I might have messed up one of them, but I'm not intending on messing anything else up. Word is the guard at this checkpoint. Word is the guard at this checkpoint is a real government man, a stickler for procedure. Kamaria's eyes light up. I could give them a bit of the old, who do you think I am, former descendant attitude. Or maybe I could put my creative writing skills to use. Let's name drop. Kamaria submits the paperwork, eyes shining with conviction. The officer smiles. Nice to see they finally fixed that typo on page 12. That's been driving me bug nuts for 10 years. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Hide and seek. You slow as an onboard crew inspection point comes into view. BRD paces your halls nervously. My mere presence might cause a stir, Captain. It would probably be wise for me to stay out of view. Unless scaring them is what you want. No, let's stay hidden. When the officer boards to inspect the crew, he admires your incredibly lifelike robotic prop. Perfect. And that should be it for our security check. Nice, we got some juicy stuff. We visited 5 planets, 1 station, 29 days in transit, 1 days in port, 16 jobs acquired. We've done well. We've done well. We got some new recruits. We're doing great. This little chapter moment was good. Okay, I think I'm gonna start wrapping up the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to Crispy Creative for providing me a key, or the key to play this game. Sorry, my words are a little mumbled. Or jumbled. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I need to eat. I need to have dinner. That's what I need. But this has been lovely. Thank you so much for being here. I know this was a very this felt like a very chill stream, so I appreciate y'all for being here. I will be back soon. I might be back tomorrow. I don't think I have anything else better to do, so I might be back tomorrow. And I think I might try to beat this game tomorrow. I think I might get the stream started roughly around the same time, maybe a little earlier. We'll see. And then we can see if we can beat this game within the next time, because we're reaching the core slowly but surely. So I think we should be close to beating it. I honestly want to beat more games because we've started a bunch. I feel like this year has been the year of starting games and not finishing most of them. So I really wanna start beating some games on stream. So I think that would be cool, and I think this game could be our first one to get us started in that, you know, in the habit of beating some games up. But thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I have a couple more keys to give away for this game, so if you haven't won any yet, you can still there's still a chance within the next stream. I'm assuming maybe we have we have at least one more stream for this, so I don't know if it will take us more than one stream, but we'll see. Either way, have a good one. Have a lovely rest of your Saturday. I should be back tomorrow for more streaming, but if not, have a lovely rest of your weekend. And yeah, if you haven't liked this, make sure to click on the like button. It really helps, you know, in the algorithm and all that stuff. Subscribe, it's free, and you'll know when I go live next. You'll get a notification. It will be great. Also, same for videos and shorts and all that stuff. So yeah. And you can also support me monetarily if you would like on Ko-fi. There's a link in the description. There's a link on screen. All of that stuff. So yeah, if you would like to support me monetarily, I'm not a partner here on YouTube yet. So you can do that there if you want. If not, that's totally fine. But, you know, shout out to my supporters over there. You know who you are, and you're amazing. Thank you so much for that. Okay. I'm done rambling now, so have a good one. Bye.